Welcome to part 2 of the Coding Project Dev Playground tutorial. In the previous video, we designed and built the initial splash screen and base UI layout you see here. In this part, we'll continue developing the playground by enhancing structure, interactivity, and functionality step by step. We start with a clean header and an empty workspace, which will later hold all our core features as we build the project step by step. After finishing the header, we move into the main workspace of the application, where everything related to coding and previewing lives inside the main element using the workspace class to control the layout. We start by creating the editor panel, which uses the panel and glass classes to give it a modern glass-style design. Inside this panel, we add a header with the title editor, clearly indicating that this section will later hold the code editor. Below the header is the panel body, which for now contains a simple placeholder text saying, "Editor will go here," helping us visually plan the layout before adding real functionality. Next, we create the preview panel using the same structure as the editor panel to keep the interface consistent. Its header displays the title Preview, and the panel body shows the placeholder text, "Live preview will go here." This section will later be used to display the live output of the code written in the editor. By placing both panels side by side inside the workspace, we create a classic coding playground layout that allows users to write code on one side and instantly see the result on the other. With this, our basic playground layout is complete. We now have a clean editor and preview structure in place, ready to add real functionality in the next step. After finishing the header, we move on to styling the main workspace of our application. In app.css, we define the workspace using CSS grid and set grid-template- columns :1 fr 1 fr, which creates two equal columns for the editor and preview panels. We also add a small gap between them so the layout feels clean and breathable. Each panel is styled as a flex container with flex direction, column, allowing the panel header to stay at the top while the panel body uses flex, 1 to fill the remaining space. To separate sections visually, we add padding and a subtle bottom border on the panel header, along with bold but compact panel titles. Inside the panel body, we apply padding and use a dashed border for the placeholder element, clearly indicating where real content will be added later. These styles work together to create a minimal, modern playground layout that is flexible and scalable. With this base styling complete, next we'll continue adding more rules in app.css to refine the design and prepare the playground for a real code editor and live preview functionality. Now that the layout is in place, let's take a look at the live preview. We can see the header at the top and two panels below, with the editor on the left and the preview on the right. Both currently show placeholders, confirming that our layout is working and ready for real editor and live preview features. Now let's open the presets file. In this file, we define our default presets, which act as reference examples for the playground. We start by creating a default code object that includes sample HTML, demonstrates an animated border card built with pure CSS, along with a small JavaScript interaction that allows us to pause and resume the animation. Next, we define default settings, which control editor behavior such as font size, line wrapping, zoom level, and layout options. Finally, we combine everything into default presets, where each preset includes an ID, a name, the code, and its settings. For now, this serves as our initial reference preset, and in the next part, we'll use this structure to load, switch, and manage presets dynamically inside the playground. First, we import useState from React to manage state inside the component. along with default code and default settings from the presets file to provide initial values. We also import the code state and settings types from the types file to keep everything type-safe and consistent across the app. Using useState, we initialize the code state with default code and the settings state with default settings. This sets up the application with a predefined starting point, which will later update as users edit code or change settings. Now let's open the types.ts file. This file defines the core TypeScript types used across the playground. The code state type describes the structure of our code, separating HTML, CSS, and JavaScript into individual strings. The settings type defines editor configuration options like font size, wrapping, zoom, and layout controls. Here we define default presets as an array of presets using the preset type. Each preset includes a unique ID, a display name, the default code, and the default settings. We also add a creation timestamp using date.nowParencer. Now run npm run dev in the terminal to start the development server, then open the local URL in your browser to see the app running with the header and the editor and preview layout, built with Coding Project Dev. This isn't fully functional yet, but we'll add more features in the next part. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe to Coding Project Dev for the upcoming updates.